Okay, so now I'm walking over to the swing space to testify. So there's the Capitol right behind me. Okay, this is a day of testifying at the state capitol. So 4:30 a.m. wake up. I'm literally on a couch. I'm in the middle of moving and couch hopping. Wake up, get dressed. We're gonna get everything, and then we're gonna get in the car to the airport. And yes, makeup and all that is done at the airport. So that way I can get a little bit of sleep at 4:30 a.m., wake up, and we're gonna get going to Sacramento. So let's do this. Okay, even though it's chaotic and go, and I'm gonna have to get to the airport, always gotta start in morning devotional and in the Word as I head to the Lion's Den, aka the California State Capitol. I like to call it the Lion's Den, that the Lord is always there with you. And so, great reminder for today. I love this morning devotional, and so always make sure to get the Word in before you kick off a busy day, a non-busy day, whatever the day is, but especially when you're headed into the Lion's Den. Okay, now driving to the airport.
Press conference is Sophia Lorey. Now we just passed her car in the parking lot. She's got a $150,000 G-Wagon.
She's got a $150,000 G-Wagon.
And these early morning flights are a lot better when it's like summer and it's light outside, not pitch dark. Got like my little eye things on because, you know, when you have to get up at 4 in the morning. And then got my electrolytes. Always have to have electrolytes before flight, otherwise I feel gross and dehydrated. Definitely running late. So by the time I arrive to the airport, I have 15 minutes to park, go through security, and board the flight. Also, the little suitcase I brought, handle does not go all the way down. So now we're gonna have to be leaving that. Okay, just got through security and my flight starts boarding right now at 6 o'clock. That's my perfect way to get to the airport, walk right onto the flight. So I'll do all my makeup on the flight. Also, my fit of the day, do not like it. As I told you guys, I'm moving, so everything is all over the place. And a security and a little dog just walked by, so that's why I got embarrassed. I don't like recording this in public. Anyways, I'm gonna go catch my flight. See you guys in Sacramento. Okay, just landed in Sacramento. Makeup is now done. My favorite coffee shop in Sacramento is Temple Coffee, and they've been opening one up in the airport. Like, it's been there for a while. So I looked up online as we were on the flight and was like, is Temple Coffee in Sacramento open now? And I was like, yes, they opened at the end of May. I was so excited. Day made. Not open yet. So gonna go get coffee across the street from the office, and then honestly probably gonna end up getting Temple Coffee later today anyways. But now gonna head to the office, which is right across the street from the Capitol, and then we'll go to the Capitol. Okay, I got to the office. I printed out my speech. I went and got a coffee, but I didn't like it, so I gave it to Greg. Greg liked my coffee. But Greg, what are you doing today?
What am I doing today? Well, we are preparing for the lobby day on the 24th in 2 weeks. And so I'm putting together these little lobby sheets for a dozen bills to make sure they're all accurate, so you can go to your legislator's office and hand them and say, hey, this bill is a mess, or hey, I like this bill.
Ooh, there you go. Okay, well, Greg's going to be working on that. I'm going to go to the Capitol, and then we're going to record a podcast later. So we'll see you guys then. Okay, Greg's going to tell us about this really cool thing that someone gave him one time.
Well, I was speaking at a little community up north near Eureka called Ferndale about religious liberty and about how bad abortion is and how we need to stand up for the lives of the unborn. And when I got done, this 12-year-old girl came up to me and she handed me this picture. And so that is me. As you can see, I told them about your baby is your neighbor, right? Don't murder your neighbor. So that was my message, because we're all supposed to love our neighbors.
Oh, and you dressed like him today.
Look at that.
Okay, so now I'm walking over to the swing space to testify. So there's the Capitol right behind me. So the reason all the hearings aren't in the state Capitol is because the state Capitol is under construction. You can't see it from the front, but the back of it's been under construction for years. So they moved all the offices across the street. There's still some hearings in the Capitol. Like, we've gone to those hearings. But today's that I'm going to is just in the swing space. And so let's talk a little bit about testifying this bill that anyways, I went and got a coffee earlier and did not like it. So I ended up grabbing coffee from Starbucks because it was the quickest thing to pre-order. And I don't like going to Starbucks, but when I've been up for now 5 hours and it's like barely 9 in the morning, and I didn't get my workout in. My workout is like what gets me through the day. So I have my coffee. So anyways, I'm going to testify on AB 1803 by Assembly Member Josh Lowenthal. And let me tell you guys a little bit about insider, how this all works. I testified against this bill already. And right before I testified against it, he pulled me out of the committee hearing for a one-on-one conversation. And he basically was telling me that he's really proud and appreciative of all of my advocacy, which he isn't. He doesn't agree with the things I do. But he's really mad about my social media presence and what I'm saying about him on social media. So mind you, he's one of like the higher ups here at the assembly. So I think he's used to, if I'm being honest, used to people just like listening to whatever he says and apologizing for things. I'm not going to apologize for calling out the truth on social media. On social media, I talked about the fact that we had a Save Girls Sports press conference and the high school girls saw him flip off the press conference. He said he was angry because there was assembly members there. Fine, but when you flip off the press conference, that gives the message that you're flipping off the whole press conference, and the girls saw him do it. The girls, the high school girls who were saying, we don't want boys in our sports and spaces, saw him. And so, anyways, I think it was like an intimidation tactic because he was doing that literally seconds before I was going to testify on his bill. So we're going back to testify, and this isn't like about him. If he has good bills, we'll support it. If he does good things, we'll support it. We call out the bad, we celebrate the good. This is about this bill. This bill is not a good bill. You guys will hear more about it in my testimony, so I don't need to drag that along right now. But how it works is when a bill is introduced and when it's heard in committee, 2 people can testify in support. They get 2 minutes each. 2 people can testify in opposition. To testify in support, you have to be asked to by the author to come do it, which is why I've only ever done it once, because we don't have many good bills here in California. To testify in opposition, anyone can do it, right? It's honestly the first who gets to the microphone, which is kind of crazy that you can come all the way here and someone can beat you to the microphone. So I'm going to testify, call out the nonsense that includes this bill. Kara Danksky, who is an attorney, is going to be testifying with me, which is great because there's just a lot of legal things wrong with this bill, and so it helps having an attorney there to dive into it. But so, as you can see, like back there in those trees, that's where the Capitol was. Here's the swing space. Walking over there, it's just a couple, like right across the street from our office, which is so nice. And then we go in. It's like going through airport security. You can't bring like pepper spray or things like that. So you go in, you go through the airport security line, and then my hearing is in the second floor. So I'll go up to the second floor. Oh, you can kind of see in there. So that's like one of the hearing rooms right there. These hearing rooms are so much nicer than the Capitol because it's like brand new. Also shows the state can build something fast if they need to. But anyways, I'll try to see if I can sneak the camera out and pull you guys out in the room and show you around. But if not, you'll see my testimony either next or soon. Okay, so I'm in the swing space. This is where all of the legislative offices are. Down there was security I went through. And now I'm going to go to room 2200 to testify. And yeah, so this is it. There's no legislative offices until the 4th floor. But yeah, so all the legislators, but they have their own separate way to get in. But yeah, we're going to go testify. Under this bill, would common sense beliefs and religious beliefs be labeled hate? Because that is the direction this is going. Good morning, Chair and members. My name is Sophia Lorey with California Family Council in opposition to AB 1803, which adds an anti-hate speech training to California's already mandated workplace harassment training. The bill requires employers to train their supervisors and employees to confront speech that vilifies, humiliates, or incites hatred based on protected characteristics. What is speech that is considered humiliating, or speech that vilifies or incites hatred? There is no settled legal meaning to these words. And not only do employers have to give the training to employees, but they need to get training on how to report on each other, aka to police each other's speech for signs of hate. This is sounding more like communism every day. The state will now encourage people to report on each other when they say something the government considers humiliating. But do those rules apply to legislative officials themselves who regularly use humiliation to attack those they disagree with? If you can believe this, we had a legislator come to one of our Save Girls Sports press conferences and humiliated the girls by flipping off the press conference. You can imagine how the girls felt. So I ask, who decides? The newest co-author, Assemblymember Rick Chavez-Zabur, sat in the Capitol last year and heard from me and others testified to protect girls' sports. His answer was to compare what he heard from us to Nazi Germany and the Holocaust. If that is how he hears a common sense concern, ask yourself, How would he define hate in a mandatory state training? Under this bill, would common sense beliefs and religious beliefs be labeled hate? Because that is the direction this is going. And the Supreme Court has spoken clearly. There is no hate speech exception to the First Amendment. The government cannot push speech for being offensive, and it cannot compel you to endorse its preferred message. This bill does both.
2 minutes is up. Please close. Thank you.
Okay. California should not be in the business of labeling disagreement as hate. We respectfully urge a no vote on AB 1803. Thank you. Okay, I'm just leaving the swing space, heading back to the office. So let's talk a little bit about how that committee hearing went. There wasn't enough people on the dais to actually have a vote to send it through. It had 2 yes votes, 0 no votes. The 1 Republican on the committee abstained. But as I said earlier to you guys before I testified, when you testify, you get 2 minutes. So I always have my own timer just to see where I'm at on the timing of what I'm saying for my own, just knowing if I need to speed up, slow down, whatever it is. And so I'm mid-testimony with 1 minute and 47 seconds, and the small Cuervas, the chair of the committee, goes, okay, that's your 2 minutes, thank you. And I'm sitting there I have a solid 13 seconds left, and 13 seconds is a lot when it's already only 2 minutes. And so I actually then went back, watched it, and found, yep, she cut me off at 1 minute and 47 seconds. So I then went to the office of that committee and said, hey, what's this about? How do they have the right to do this? Is it because I'm calling out what her coworkers, what the other legislators have said and done? Is it because she disagrees with me? What's going on here? And he said, oh, well, it's not based off your timing. And I'm like, no, I have the time from the actual Senate website that shows at 1 minute 47 she cut me off. So he didn't seem very interested to talk to me. He didn't really seem to care that a citizen's free speech or speech that I get 2 minutes for is getting cut early. So we're going to be filing a formal complaint because if you guys haven't been able to tell yet, I don't really put up with things not being done right. So we're going to file that. Then next to me was Kara Danksky. She is a former ACLU attorney, actually. She testified in opposition with me. And then there was a bunch of people that were with us. So we had a group of Christians, atheists, Democrats, Republicans, a whole group of widespread things, all in opposition to this. Yet the California Democrats still passed it through because they don't actually care to represent their constituents. There was actually more Democrats there than Republicans urging them to vote no on this bill. And so if that really just shows you that they do whatever they want and they do not represent the constituents, there you go. So anyways, here's my beautiful walk back to the state capitol. And I hope you guys enjoyed my testimony. But yeah, that's what it's like to testify at the state capitol. Today is actually a chill day. There has been days where I've been here, Leandra's been here, Greg's been here, we're running around testifying on multiple bills at a time. Right now we're kind of hitting a lull, things slow down a bit. But anyways, this will go on to the Senate Judiciary Committee where that's the legal realms. We'll fight it again there, then I'll go to the Senate floor, we'll fight it again there. But it's just so crazy how they want to police our speech. And hate speech isn't defined, it's just whatever people think, whoever wants to say what. So I'm gonna go back to office, we're gonna record a podcast, I'll keep you guys updated. And then I fly back down to SoCal later tonight. Okay, back in the office after being at the Capitol. We had lunch, we've been working, and now, Greg, what are we about to do?
We're going to do a blog. No, we're not. We're doing a vlog. That's what you call it?
No, we're vlogging right now because we're going to do a podcast.
That's right. All these words for fancy, people. I'm very basic.
So here you guys can see our setup. I think you guys can see it. Yeah, there's the camera we look into when we're podcasting. We got our mic right there. We got our lighting. We got our notes.
Notes.
Yep.
And my coffee. My substitute coffee.
We got water. Yeah, mine's substitute too. Diet Coke. But with that, we're going to be podcasting. And you guys can watch the podcast at the California Family Council YouTube page to know what's happening in California. But we'll catch up with y'all.